Hello, good morning, grade 9. I'm expecting to see you, but since I cannot and I'm waiting for like 10 minutes now, I'll start the lesson. So, in case you're not coming or you're coming late, you can watch the lesson later on YouTube. So, today we are having vocabulary practice 23 connotations and denotations. A connotation is the implied or suggested meaning of a word or phrase, it is the underlying meaning. It is not the literal meaning that you can find in the dictionaries. Words with similar meanings convey different connotations. Different words will have different connotations depending on their context or their usage in sentences, depending on the text. And denotations of a word is a dictionary definition which you can find in dictionaries. So our first word is bland. Here, we have to write the denotation of each word, then use the phrase in a sentence to illustrate the connotation of the word. We will actually write the denotation first, the definition that is in the dictionary. Later, we will write the phrase that is given in its connotative meaning. So the first word is bland, and I will write here the denotation for you. It means anything that is mild or something which is non-irritating. Something which is mild and non-irritating, or you could also say dull or gentle, is bland, okay, which is not very spicy. Something which is not spicy. So since we have bland meal here to be used in a sentence, I will make a sentence with the connotation not spicy. Straight pasta is a bland meal. You need some sauce to make it interesting. To make it interesting. So this is for bland, mild, non-irritating, not spicy. The next one is formal. Formal is something which is very very lawful, or something that is very conventional according to the norms. And very, you could also say something that is very correct way of doing. Now you will notice here that most of the words that we have are adjectives, because only adjective, I'm not saying that only adjectives, but adjectives mainly would have some sort of connotation to them, because we have a variety of adjectives to be substituted, and we have a lot of synonyms for them, so we use different adjectives at different times in different contexts depending on their connotations. So lawful, conventional, or correct way of doing. Something that is done in a very correct and a very official way. Okay? So the phrase is formal wedding. And I made the sentence, invitations of the formal wedding very decent. Now here, invitations of a formal wedding were made very decent, because since the wedding is decent, so the invitations would be decent as well. Something which is not friendly, not casual. Formal is very elegant and according to the very lawful and according to the norms and very decent. Next is ignorant. Ignorant means someone who lacks knowledge. So lacking knowledge, or somebody who is unaware of something. The sentence of the phrase is ignorant of the law. So you could say that that many immigrants remained ignorant of the state's laws for first few weeks. Like when they migrated, they remained ignorant, they didn't know, they were unaware of the law. Our fourth word is repetitious, which means something that is repetitive, or something that if it is repetitive, so it eventually becomes boring or monotonous. Boring or monotonous or repetitive, or something that repeats, a repeating thing. A repetitious message. Now you might have noticed that you keep getting some messages from some of the companies giving you some like meeting ID. I wonder why all of you are not here. I just don't know. I don't know. Okay, so you get some kind of notifications from some websites or some network companies. Those kind of messages or notifications are all repetitious because they keep on repeating. Sometimes they give the same message for so many times. So I can say I get repetitious messages from the network company. I get, or I receive. I think I receive is better because it's more formal. I receive repetitious messages from the Now next is typical. Now typical is something which is very, very ordinary. It is not something special. It is something very, very normal, not exciting, unexceptional, something very regular, something very common. So a typical response, something which is ordinary, something which is normal, something that is common, that is something that is seen around a lot, something that is unexceptional, and not as not exciting, unexciting. So a typical response in a sentence could be like Sally's Sally's typical response went unnoticed. So something that is typical, that is ordinary, that is unexceptional. So if something is unexceptional, it usually goes unnoticed. So Sally's typical response went unnoticed by the members. Now I'll move to number 6, and for that I'll have to scroll down and everything that I have written will be erased. Starting from number 6. Okay. So next is breathtaking. Now breathtaking is something which is remarkably beautiful, something remarkable, or something that is extraordinarily or thrillingly beautiful. Thrillingly beautiful. A breathtaking scene would obviously be a scene that is very extraordinary, which is very beautiful, something that you have never seen before. So I have used it in a sentence. I had never seen a breathtaking scene. I have never. One second, let me write. I have never witnessed a scene as breathtaking as Niagara Falls. I've never witnessed a scene as breathtaking as Niagara Falls. This is the sentence. Next is defiant. Defiant is someone who is very bold and aggressive. Very bold and very, very aggressive. So my sentence is since we have defiant child, so the defiant child at school became intolerable by teachers. Because he's annoying, he's bold, he's aggressive, so he became intolerable by teachers. Innocuous is something that is harmless or something which is safe. Anything that is innocuous is harmless and safe, which is not posing any harm. Sarah's, since it is innocuous idea, so I'll use it in a sentence in this way. Sarah's innocuous idea was appealing since it sounded safe for everyone. So Sarah's innocuous idea was appealing since it sounded safe for everyone. Next is discreet. Discreet is something that is very polite and very careful, obedient, or wise. Discreet here in a sentence, it is a discrete meaning, discrete meaning in a sentence that we have to use. So it will be like this. A discrete meeting on a discrete meeting over a sensitive issue was held after work. Was held at my office after work. Optimum is something best or maximum, something at its best or maximum capacity, something that is done in the best capacity. So the dance, since it is optimum performance, so the sentence would be the dancers gave optimum performance at the concert. Or at the theater. Okay, so since it's done, I'll move down on the next uh, part of the set of the lesson. It is question B. Use a dictionary or thesaurus to write two other words that are connotations for the bold face words. Then on the paper, write a sentence using one of the two words to convey its connotation. So let's, like, on a separate paper, it's your job to do. I will anyhow write connotations for you for each word. Bland is gentle and dull. Formal is something very serious, and elegant. Ignorant is someone who is unaware. Mindless, or you can say mindless, or uncultured. You can say uncultured is the right word. Uncultured. Repetitious, monotonous, and echoic. Typical is something that is habitual. Or basic. Breathtaking is astonishing or super exciting. Defiant means someone who is very audacious and rebellious. Innocuous, Something painless, and kind. Discrete is civil and judicious. And optimum is superlative or highest. And that's it. You can please go to YouTube and just watch it and solve it in your books. If you have any questions, you can ask me later in a later class. Thank you so much. Bye.